Citizenship of Malta by direct investment. The safest and most respected investment citizenship program in the world. A Maltese passport not only provides the advantages of EU citizenship, but also makes the holder a citizen of the British Commonwealth of Nations. Malta has been a member of the EU since 2004, a Schengen country since 2007, and is a Commonwealth country. This ideal combination of political and economic stability puts Malta in line with the leading European countries. The economic growth in 2019 was 4.2%, and the credit rating of the country was A with a positive outlook. The main currency is the euro. The Maltese Naturalization for Exceptional Services by Direct Investment scheme requires an applicant to make a significant economic commitment to Malta. In exchange and subject to a stringent vetting and due diligence procedures, including thorough background checks, the applicants and their family are granted citizenship to Malta according to the Maltese Citizenship Act, Cap 188 of the Laws of Malta. Under License AKM TOL 21. Advantages of Maltese citizenship. Get Schengen residency until your passport is issued. You can travel visa-free in Europe straight away, while waiting for the naturalization. High quality, free healthcare and education. As a Maltese citizen, you are entitled to receive free healthcare and your children can study freely in Malta and other European countries. Business advantages. Citizens are free to engage in business activities in Malta with all the economic advantages this may bring. Safe and stable future. Receive the full set of rights granted to Maltese citizens, together with economic and political stability, and social guarantees. Asterisk citizenship does not automatically infer any tax benefits or status in Malta. Give yourself and your family a new level of comfort of living and travel in Europe. Who can take part in the program? The following family members can be included. Main applicant. In order to have the right to citizenship, the main applicant must be 18 years old and must fit the application requirements, which are set out later. The spouse, and children up to 28 years of age. Either their spouse, or a partner with whom the relationship is equivalent to marriage. Children, their own or those of their spouse, up to 28 years of age, provided that they are not married and that they are financially dependent on the applicant. Dependents of the age of 55 years. E.g. parents, grandparents, provided that they reside with the applicant and are financially dependent on the applicant. Advantages of the Maltese Citizenship Program. Residency straight away, naturalization in 1 to 3 years. Receive lifelong and inheritable citizenship immediately for all members of the family, including parents and grandparents. No requirement to live in Malta as a citizen. Government bonds investment not required anymore. Conditions of participation. 1. Donate a minimum of €600,000 and get citizenship after 3 years of residence. Or, donate a minimum of €750,000 and get citizenship after 1 year of residence. 2. Donate €10,000 to a registered philanthropic, cultural, sport, scientific, animal welfare or artistic non-governmental organization or society. 3. Acquire residential property with a minimum value of €700,000 to be held at least for 5 years. Or, lease a residential property for 5 years with a minimum annual rent of €16,000. 4. Obtain health insurance coverage for all applicants. The application process. Initial phase, 1 to 2 months. 1. Eligibility. Corner Edge ensures the eligibility of the applicant based on the documentation provided and makes an internal background verification of the client. Time frame, 1 to 2 days. 2. Agreement and document gathering. Client signs the agreement and gathers all relevant documents needed for the residency stage. Time frame, 5 to 25 days depending on how fast the client collects the required documents. 3. Residency application. Corner Edge submits the residency application and transfer relevant fees to the Community Malta agency. Time frame, 5 to 25 days depending on how fast the client collects the required documents. 4. Getting the residency cards. Within 6 months of the residency pack submission, the client visits Malta for a biometrics capture and to get the residency cards. Time frame, the agency issues the residency cards within 15 working days after the receipt of the residency application pack. 2. Residency phase, 12 to 36 months. 5. Residency phase. During this time the applicant gathers the documents for the eligibility application, The residency status is issued for 36 months. Time frame: the residency phase lasts for 12 to 36 months depending on the type of the application. 6. Eligibility application. Corner Edge submits the eligibility pack within 12 months from the issuance of the residency card. Time frame: submission of eligibility pack within 12 months from the issuance of the residency card. 7. Eligibility stage. The Community Malta agency checks the eligibility pack and further due diligence checks are made for an in-depth, critical review of the application and the supporting documentation. Time frame: submission of eligibility pack within 12 months from the issuance of the residency card. 8. Letter of approval for eligibility. The minister will either approve or refuse the application. If approved, a letter of approval for eligibility is issued, which enables the applicant to apply for citizenship in 1 year or 3 years' time. Time frame: 120 to 150 calendar days to get the letter of approval for eligibility, excluding any required agent interventions, and provided that all required application documentation is in order. 3. Citizenship application phase, 1 to 2 months. 9. Submission of application for citizenship. Corner Edge files the application documentation and due diligence update is carried out. Time frame: submissions should be made after the expiration of the respective residency period of 1 or 3 years. It takes 20 to 30 days to get the approval in principle. 10. Approval in principle. A letter of approval in principle is issued by the Community Malta agency after the minister approved the application. Time frame: submissions should be made after the expiration of the respective residency period of 1 or 3 years. It takes 20 to 30 days to get the approval in principle. 11. Fulfilling citizenship requirements. The agency gets documented evidence that all citizenship requirements have been met within 4 months from the issue of the letter of approval in principle. Time frame: 20 to 25 working days for the agency to check all relevant documentation. 12. Passport and oath of allegiance. Once all the required documentation has been provided, the agency performs updated checks. If no adverse results are returned, and all the documentation is correct and complete, the agency issues the invitation for the oath of allegiance. The applicant and any dependents aged 18 or more must visit the agency's offices in Malta to take the oath of allegiance with 6 months from the approval. A certificate of naturalizations and the passport are issued. Time frame: from the provision of the documentation until the invitation for the oath of allegiance takes 5 working days. 4. Citizenship for a lifetime. 13. Annual compliance. The agency will continuously monitor and ensure that the applicants continue to satisfy the eligibility criteria for 5 years from the date of the oath of allegiance. Time frame: yearly compliance for 5 years. Investment obligations. Residency stage. Applicant part payment of non-refundable deposit €10,000. Applicant residence permit €5,000. Each dependent residence permit €1,000. Applicant residency card €27.50. Each dependent residency card €27.50. Eligibility stage. Eligibility payment request voucher, EPRV, applicant due diligence fee €15,000. Eligibility payment request voucher, EPRV, applicant due diligence fee €15,000. Per applicant/dependent administrative fee €1,000. Citizenship stage. Investment request voucher, IRV, applicant exceptional direct investment, 36 months residency, €590,000. Or applicant exceptional direct investment, less than 36 months residency, €740,000. Each dependent exceptional direct investment €50,000. Per applicant administrative fee €5,000. Per dependent administrative fee €1,000. Citizenship stage. Investment obligations. Purchase an immovable residential property in Malta having a minimum value of €700,000. Or take on a lease of residential immovable property in Malta for a minimum annual rent of €16,000 to be retained for a minimum period of 5 years from the date of issue of the Certificate of Citizenship. Donation to a registered philanthropic, cultural, sport, scientific, animal welfare or artistic non-governmental organization or society €10,000. Are you interested in Maltese citizenship?